How to do your own builder gel on your natural nails, plus French tips, plus chrome, all at home. The first step is arguably the most important, and that's nail prep. So we're starting with our metal cuticle pusher and just gently pushing our cuticles back. This step is optional, but I'm just clipping my cuticles, and you can see where the dead skin starts, and I'm only clipping that because if you clip more than that, then you're going to risk infection. This doesn't always need to be done, but it does give a cleaner look, so I only do it when necessary or if I feel like my cuticles are really grown out. I start on the right side of my nail and go around to the left, continuously clipping and lifting away each time. I'm never ripping the skin away, I'm always just using the cuticle nippers to pinch down. Next, I'm using this fine ball bit and I go at about, I'd say 7 speed, and I just kind of buff out the clipped areas. I'm not using any pressure here, I'm going very gently. This just basically smooths everything out that we cut. Next, I'm using my 240 grit mini sanding band and I'm just going in one direction, very lightly. I'm not over filing here, I'm just buffing out the nail plate to get rid of any shine and just smooth everything out. This is going in real time and this is all that I do because I don't want to over file. Once I'm done filing, I'm just doing a light layer of my pH bonder or dehydrator by Apres, and then I'm scrubbing in my primer by Apres. I'm also using the Apres Builder Gel, and my application starts out with a slip layer, which is a thin layer of the Builder Gel that you do not cure. Try to get as close to the sides as possible without touching your skin, or else you're going to have pooling issues later. Here I'm just showing how much product I use on my brush. I usually just scrape one side, and then I'm left with kind of a glob on the end that I just put kind of just below my cuticle, swirl it up, and then push that bead up, and then I go side to side. And I don't lift my brush off of the product. I'm kind of just using light sweeping motions on the top surface of the gel and just spreading it around throughout the nail. I just leave that to sit for a second and I look at it from all angles, and then I use my liner brush just to make sure I got as close to the edges as I possibly could. And then here I kind of had a little divot, so I put a little tiny bead from my liner brush and just smoothed that out. Once I'm happy with the way that it looks from all angles, I flash cure it with the mini lamp for about 10 seconds, and then I move on to the next nail. So I'm just showing the process again. I start with a slip layer. And then I place my bigger bead kind of near the cuticle. I push it up to get as close as I possibly can, swirling my brush around and moving the product side to side without lifting it off of the product. Again, using my liner brush to get as close to the sides as I can. Making sure that I like it from every angle, and then flash curing for 10 seconds. I wanted to show the application from a little bit of a different angle so you can see it from the side. Also, very important, once you're done flash curing all of the nails on one hand, put them in the big lamp for 60 seconds. If you don't do this, you're going to get a gel allergy because the flash cure lamp is not going to cure them properly. I would even put them into the big lamp for maybe 2 times. For the base color, I'm using Pink Glaze by D&D. This is how I paint my nails to get as close to the cuticle as possible. I kind of push the product up instead of just going straight down at the cuticle, and I take my time with this. But here I'm basically just showing the polish process, and I do 2 coats of this color. I'm just showing how I paint my French tips, and usually if I am having longer nails, I will use a liner brush, not from the bottle, but I still like this white polish because it's really good coverage. But I basically just paint a straight line and then go from the sides and drag it down. Now I'm just painting the clear coat on, and then I'm gonna cure that in the big lamp. Next, I'm using the white pearl chrome from D&D. I just put that on a sponge and I just scrub that in until it gives that mirrored effect. Then I like to do my finish file before the clear coat because I think that that makes the chrome last longer. It tends to chip on the edges. Then I just wipe the dust off with the sponge because I don't want to scrub the chrome off with any alcohol or anything. And I do a final layer of top coat, cure that in the big lamp for another 60 seconds. And this is the final result. They look so classy and they look like they were professionally done. So yeah, love. As always, thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.